Everyone, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's just dive right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down an absolutely game-changing approach for freelancers and small businesses to build a reliable client engine. Seriously, if you're stressed right now about where your next paycheck is coming from, this is specifically for you. We're moving completely away from luck, and we're diving into the practical, nuts and bolts mechanics of building a predictable client-generating machine. No magic tricks, no empty promises, just a proven system. Winning clients is a system, not a lottery.
Now, we've all heard this phrase, right? Man, he just gets clients easily. It's all luck. Heck, maybe you've even muttered it to yourself after a really long, exhausting day. You look at a competitor who always seems to have a totally full roster of high-paying clients, while you might be stuck in that incredibly stressful feast or famine cycle. You know the exact one I mean. One month you have way too much work, you're literally not sleeping, and then the very next month, crickets. You're staring at an empty inbox, wondering what on earth went wrong. It is deeply frustrating. And, we really have to address the elephant in the room here. We often convince ourselves that those successful freelancers simply have better luck. We think, oh, they just happen to be in the right place at the right time. But the framework we're exploring today is going to completely shatter that illusion.
Think about it this way. Relying on luck is exactly like standing in an empty field, staring up at the sky, and just hoping for it to rain. It's totally passive, and honestly, it induces endless anxiety because the outcome is entirely out of your control. But building a system, now that is like digging a well. Yes, for sure, it takes upfront effort, it requires deliberate, hard work, and you actually have to pick up the tools. But once that well is dug, you have a consistent, reliable source of clients right on demand, completely regardless of the weather. So the absolute crucial takeaway of our entire thesis today is this. Acquiring clients is not a game of chance. It is a repeatable, deliberate system that absolutely anyone, yes, anyone can build.
So how do we actually start digging that well? Well, it all comes down to two main pillars. Let's dive into pillar one, the Global AI Toolkit.
And you know what the absolute best part about this first pillar is? The budget you need to start implementing these powerful AI strategies is exactly zero. Literally zero. There are incredibly capable AI assistants available completely for free right this second. When you think about it, you essentially have a world-class brainstorming partner, an elite copywriter, and a highly skilled business strategist sitting right there inside your laptop. They're ready to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they won't cost you a single penny. How crazy is that?
Let's break down a highly actionable 3-step method to actually use that free AI so you never, ever have to stare at a blank screen again. Step 1 is generate ideas. You just tell the AI about your potential client's business and ask it to brainstorm unique pain points that you could solve for them. Step 2 is draft proposals. Ask the AI to structure those brainstormed ideas into a sleek, professional pitch. Just like that, writer's block is officially eliminated. And finally, step 3 is refine strategy. This is where you inject your own personality and refine the tone so it sounds authentically 100% like you. What used to be this grueling, hours-long task is now a highly focused, premium quality process that literally takes minutes. It's a real game changer.
But look, technology alone isn't going to seal the deal. And that brings us right to pillar 2, the local advantage. See, while AI handles all the heavy lifting in the background, your front-facing strategy really must be deeply rooted in local culture, genuine interaction, and actual human connection. At the end of the day, business ultimately runs on relationships. So how do we practically leverage that local connection? Well, we do it by completely rethinking referrals. For Pakistani freelancers and regional small businesses, referrals aren't just some happy accident. They are the highly strategic use of your local network and word of mouth to establish immediate trust. You really shouldn't be just waiting around for word of mouth to happen. You need to actively engineer it. Think about it. When someone in your local network recommends you to a brand new client, you get to bypass that entire difficult, awkward trust-building phase that cold pitching usually requires. You walk into that very first meeting with immediate, undeniable credibility.
And we manage and nurture these vital local relationships through the one tool everyone checks 100 times a day anyway, WhatsApp Business. Honestly, it is the ultimate closing tool. Let's break down 4 specific tactics. Tactic 1, professional status updates. Subtly keep yourself top of mind by showcasing a new portfolio piece or maybe some cool behind-the-scenes work, all without being pushy. Tactic 2, targeted broadcast lists. Use these to send valuable, completely non-spammy updates to specific groups of past clients. Tactic 3, polite follow-ups. A really quick, friendly voice note simply asking a past client how their project is holding up goes an incredibly long way. And Tactic 4, sharing quick wins. Did you just help a client achieve a great result? Share that success.
These are hyper-local, completely practical tactics you can start utilizing today.
Now, I want to pause here for a second, because this next part is absolutely vital. Consistency in communication builds the trust that closes the deal. I really want you to take that away from this explainer today. Setting up your free AI tools and optimizing your WhatsApp profile, that is only half the battle. The true magic, the actual beating heart of this entire system, is in the daily repetition. It is all about consistently showing up, being genuinely helpful, and staying on your client's radar politely. Friendly and consistent follow-ups are the absolute lifeblood of this engine. It proves to a prospective client that you're communicative and reliable well before they've even signed a single contract with you.
All right, let's pull everything we've learned together. Think about the old way, struggling all alone, manually agonizing over every single pitch, eventually burning yourself out and just hoping for word of mouth to magically bring you some work. It is exhausting and wildly unpredictable. But then, contrast that with a new way. This is where you combine modern free AI automation to handle all that heavy mental lifting, and then you pair that with traditional local relationship building through WhatsApp to actually close the deal. It is an unbeatable hybrid strategy. You get the incredible speed and scale of global tech permanently secured by the undeniable trust of a local handshake.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. Are you still waiting for luck? The material we've analyzed in this explainer proves definitively that the feast or famine cycle is a choice. It is not a permanent sentence. You have free AI tools sitting right at your fingertips to generate world-class proposals, and you have the most powerful networking tool already sitting right there in your pocket to build undeniable local trust. The entire system is laid out right in front of you. The only thing left to do is to stop looking up at the sky waiting for rain, pick up the shovel, and start digging your well today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see you start putting this system to work.